Hello Steelers, and welcome to this bench report hobby update. This is being recorded on Saturday, but will be going out on Sunday, because tomorrow on Sunday I'm going to be playing a game of O Group with some of the chaps from the Plastic Crack Podcast Facebook group. None of the cast themselves, but some of the guys from the Facebook group we got together to have a game of O Group over at Stockport. So myself and James and Jim and James, I think it is, are going to go over. I'm going to film it. They've all said they're happy with me filming it, so I'm going to get it filmed, and hopefully that will come out as a after action report at some point in the future. I'll not spoil it yet to tell you which game it's going to be, which scenario, but fingers crossed you'll be able to see that at some point. Other than that, this week has been quite busy. I was away for a couple of days, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I did get the 15mm Japanese, American United States Marine Corps finished, their first platoon finished. This is the ones that Stu over at Miniature Realms sent to me the other week, so I got these done. This is made up of 3 sections, 3 squads of 13 infantry with a lieutenant and a sergeant. Each squad has 3 BAR rifles in it, and then some, and then the rifleman, and also the junior leader. So I was glad to get those done. I got the lists for these. This is Series F, I think it is. I got the lists for these from Travis of TTCP's Saipan 1944 pint-sized campaign. So that's where they've come from. So I'm hopefully going to do a Saipan campaign at some point in the future. I also did as well a Japanese machine gun post. I copied this from Joe the Wargamer over on Twitter. He's been doing a lot of jungle stuff of late, and this was one of the things he did, so I decided to copy it. I'm going to do some more of these, obviously, for more Japanese positions, and I will do again a video on these at some point, same as I'm going to do a video on the painting of the USMC as well at some point in the future. Okay, I've also got in the post as well, speaking of the jungle, I got some bamboo as well. This was signposted to me by Joe the Wargamer as well. He let me know, Joe Bilton. So I'm going to go this. I think it came from China. It didn't take very long to come through, and there's tons of bamboo shoots in there basically. So I'm going to make some more jungle terrain with that. So that's going to be nice and easy. The other thing as well I kind of started this week is I've started work on some more Prussian Landwehr. So these are just undercoats at this point. These are 6mm 3D printed, and I also got for them the bases for Blucher specific. These came from Sally Forth. I just got a big box full of them. There's enough here, or there should be enough here, for the entire Blucher 100 Days Prussian force, based on the honour cards that came out a while back. So they've gone up in quite a price since I last bought them, but that's inflation for you. So I'm just going to start working my way through those as much as I can. Also in the post as well, I got some sharp practice tokens. These came from Historique. Ken over at the Eccentric Man let me know about these. He'd been using tokens for his bolt action games and things, and he told me about these, and they do sharp practice tokens. They're basically badges, but without the pin on the back of them. You can see here, and they're just the different leaders' numbers, and I quite like tokens, and I think they'll work very well in a bag. You can just pull them out as you need in the game rather than the cards. I kind of prefer tokens to cards a little bit. That's not to say that cards aren't good as well, but that's just a preference on my part. Also in the post I got from Forged in Battle a 1940 French platoon as well. There's about 40 men in there. This was about £15, and it's because I'd read again Joe Bilton's articles in WSS magazine, the latest one that's come out, and he's done some stuff on the 1940s campaign. I've always kind of said I'm not particularly interested in it, but I've kind of my eye has been taken by Joe's articles, and so I just thought, yeah, let's have a little look at it. For the sake of £15 I can put together a pretty cheap, easy French platoon, and then just add some extra supports and things as I need them in future. So speaking of the 1940 campaign as well, I also got this, the Two Fat Lardies Blitzkrieg book as well. This came through just this week. Again, really good service as always from Two Fat Lardies. This was released in 2018, I think, so it's still relatively new. But I've been reading this for the last couple of days. I'm going to do a proper review of this actually because I think it's worthwhile. It's a cracking good read and it's well worth getting, even if you're not particularly interested in the 1940 campaign, because it's got lots of extra rules in it for Chain of Command as well, which just make things a bit more interesting. And I'll do a proper review of it, and then you can see it in its glory. Also, speaking of which, I'd already bought this as well anyway, the PDF version of it, but here is the Docs Direct printed version of 29 Let's Go pint-sized campaign for Chain of Command. This is based on, I think it's the 175th Infantry Division's 175th. Yes, it's not division, sorry, I think it's 29th Division, it's 175th Brigade, I can't remember. It's their advance through Normandy as they tried to close the gap around the Germans after the landings on Omaha Beach. And Dex and I said we were going to play a game, we were going to start this campaign, so I got this printed out because I find it easier than reading PDFs, and also I can make notes and things on this as well. So I'm going to play the Germans in this. Dex is going to be the US. Somebody had asked how good a product is this from Docs Direct. Very, very good basically. I got it with the clear sheets on the front and the back just to give it some protection. I think it's at about 80 MSG or whatever they call it paper. It's thick enough, really well printed, it's laser printed, so it's basically exactly as you would expect to get it in the PDF as well. All the maps you can see are very clear in there. Same with the scenarios and things, and I think this came in, it was about £8, something like that, thereabouts, to get 30 pages printed. As I say, I like to read hard copies of things, so that's why I got that printed, so that's another thing to do. On top of that, Richard Hogg, one of my long-time listeners, first time callers, he sent me a ton of 3D printed material. So thank you very, very much for this. Richard has sent me all these in here. I'm not going to show you them all, but this is a load of 15mm 3D printed stowage, just tons of it, more than I'll ever use at any point. Some of it may be tight, very, very small. We were talking about it via email, like some of the tools and things, but overall I think this is going to be very incredibly useful. I love stowage, and I love stowage on vehicles. So I'm always on the lookout for it, so that's great. So thank you very much for that, Richard. He also sent as well these LVT4s. These are Buffaloes for the Marine Corps. He sent these ones. He's also sent as well the waterborne ones as well. What I'll do is I'll film all this lot so you can see them a bit better than me just holding them up. But I've also got these Marmon Harringtons. I think that's how you pronounce it. Armoured cars. These are going to be going out to Singapore, so these are great as well. Difficult to get hold of as metal ones. I think there's a couple of people that do them, but these are all 3D printed from a guy called Bergman, I think, who does stuff on Thingiverse. I can't remember. But also as well Staghounds. He did me some Staghounds as well for the late war British. Lovely little vehicles these are. I really like Staghounds. Who doesn't? So a huge amount of stuff here that Richard sent through, so I'm absolutely over the moon by that. Thank you very much, Richard. I am going to start work on some of these as soon as possible as well, just once I've cleared off the other bits and pieces on the desk. So yeah, once again, thank you very much, Richard, really appreciate it. I've got a bit of an idea to use some of the spare Marines that I've got from the 3D printed ones to put them in the vehicle with that's in the water, so it looks like they're actually attacking. You know, just put about 10 or so in there, just cut them in half and stick them in. I think that'll look quite good, quite interesting. So that's something I'm going to do. Yeah, so that's really been it in this week. Quite a lot has come in, which I'm very chuffed about, and quite a lot to get on with, and I've also done quite a lot. I'm going to be working away up at Otterburn the end of the next week and the week after, so whether I get much more done for next week's hobby update, it remains to be seen. However, next Saturday is the Two Fat Lardies Games Day at BritCon, so that's going to be a large workshop. I am running a game algae pulls it off, so I'm not going to be able to get around and film everything because I'm going to be pretty much tied to the table for the entire day. However, what I am going to try to do is I'm going to try to get a couple of interviews with some people if I can, maybe Big Rich himself if he's there, and then I'll stick those into a horror report and just make it something slightly different, and that'll be like a catch up of the day rather than an actual video of it. So that's kind of how I'm planning it at the moment. So look out for that next weekend. And that's really about it, I think. I don't think there's much else I've got to tell you at this point. I've covered everything that came through the post, and there was quite a lot of it. This week will be a little bit quieter, but I'm going to crack on with the Prussians and also probably some of these vehicles as well that Richard sent. So I'll say just to check out the Facebook page and check out the Facebook group as well over on Facebook, the Storm of Steel one. Just search for Storm of Steel, you'll find it. And if you want to help the channel, you can help out with channel membership or even Patreon or even Ko-fi. There's all the links in the description below, so have a look at those, and if you do, I'll be very thankful. Even if you don't, I'm thankful for you for watching. So stay tuned for the next Storm of Steel hobby updates and also video this week, and thank you very much for watching.